If VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP returns NAA, the formula is often fine. The data is the problem. Most lookup failures come from keys that look identical but aren't. A value might be stored as text on one side and as a number on the other, or it might contain hidden spaces, non-breaking spaces, or odd characters copied from another system. Leading zeros are another classic trap, especially with IDs and zip codes, and sometimes the same key is actually different because of case, punctuation, or extra symbols. The goal is simple. Make both lookup columns match in type and in exact characters. Once you learn a quick diagnostic flow, you stop guessing. You test the key, clean it, standardize it, and only then write the lookup. That approach works for VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, index match, and even Power Query merges. In the next few minutes, you'll build a repeatable checklist you can use on any workbook. By the end, you'll know exactly where the mismatch is coming from and how to fix it fast. Next step. Before fixing anything, confirm what kind of failure you have. If you get NA, Excel can't find a match. If you get the wrong match, it's often an approximate match issue. And if you get Nash value or Nash spill, that's a different category, usually about array behavior or incompatible inputs. For VLOOKUP, one common mistake is leaving the last argument as true or blank, which enables approximate matching. That can return the closest value, not the correct one. For XLOOKUP, the default is exact match, which is safer, but you can still run into issues if your lookup array contains duplicates or mixed types. So step 1 is to lock the lookup mode. Use exact match while troubleshooting. Then verify you're searching the correct column and returning the correct column. Only after that you investigate the key itself. This order matters because it prevents you from cleaning data that wasn't the real problem. Think of it like debugging. First, confirm the formula settings. Next step. Now let's diagnose the key. The fastest check is, do the two values have the same data type? Excel can store something that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as text, or as a number. And those are not equal in many lookup situations. A quick test is text on one cell and is number on the other. Another is to compare with equals and see if it returns false, even when the characters look identical. You can also use len to compare length. If one side has extra hidden characters, len will be larger. If you suspect leading or trailing spaces, len plus trim is a great clue. For non-printing characters, clean can help, but it won't catch everything. The point is to stop relying on what you visually see. Lookups care about exact underlying values. Once you identify whether it's a type mismatch or a character mismatch, the fix becomes straightforward. So your diagnostic toolkit is small: is text, is number, len, and a simple equality check. Next step. Let's tackle the most common cause: text versus number. If your lookup value is a number but the table stores it as text, XLOOKUP may not match, and VLOOKUP often won't either. You have two clean options. Option 1 is to convert the lookup column to numbers. You can use value, or multiply by 1, or add 0, which forces numeric conversion. Option 2 is to convert everything to text, using text with a consistent format, or just the ampersand trick, like A1 and share. The key is consistency. Pick one type and standardize both sides. If you're dealing with IDs, text is usually safer because IDs aren't meant for arithmetic. If you're dealing with quantities or prices, numbers are safer. After conversion, retest with equals. If it now returns true, your lookup should start working immediately. One warning: converting can change leading zeros, so treat IDs carefully before forcing numbers. Next step. Leading zeros deserve their own step because they break matches in a sneaky way. An ID like 001234 is not the same as 1234. If one side is numeric, Excel will drop the zeros automatically. The safest approach is to store these identifiers as text from the start. If you already lost the zeros, you can rebuild them, but you need a rule. For fixed length IDs, use text with a zero pattern, like text A1 0000. That forces a 6-digit text key. For variable length keys, you can pad based on a target length using rept and len, but you must know the expected length. Also watch out for zip codes, product SKUs, and employee IDs. These are identifiers, not numbers. Once you standardize them as text with the same length and the same padding rule, lookups become stable. If you're merging data from systems, agree on an ID format first. Next step. Next up, spaces. And not just normal spaces. A key can contain trailing spaces, double spaces, or non-breaking spaces that trim doesn't remove. That's why a value can look perfect but still fail. Start with trim to remove leading, trailing, and repeated spaces. Then check LEN again. If the length still looks wrong, suspect char 160, the non-breaking space commonly pasted from web pages and PDFs. A practical fix is to replace char 160 with a normal space, then trim. You can do that with substitute. Another common issue is line breaks inside cells, like char 10. Clean can remove some of those non-printing characters. The goal is to turn dirty keys into plain, predictable text. Once cleaned, you can create a helper column called CleanKey and use that for your lookup instead of the raw imported value. Clean keys once, then reuse them everywhere. Next step. Sometimes the dirt isn't spaces, it's punctuation and invisible characters. Think of hyphens that are actually different Unicode characters, or apostrophes used as text markers, or a product code that includes a zero-width space. Excel doesn't make these easy to spot. A good strategy is to normalize the key. Convert to a consistent case using upper or lower. Remove common separators like dashes and slashes if your business rules allow it. And if you need to keep separators, at least standardize them. For example, replacing n dashes with a normal hyphen. You can also use code on individual characters to detect weird ones, but that's more advanced. In most business sheets, a small set of fixes solves most issues. Trim, substitute for char 160, and a few targeted replacements for punctuation. Then lock the result as the official lookup key. The important part is to match the business meaning, not just the characters. Don't remove symbols that are truly part of the ID. Next step. Now let's talk about duplicates, because they create not working complaints too. With VLOOKUP, duplicates mean you only ever get the first match. That can look like a wrong result. With XLOOKUP, you can choose first or last match, but you still only get one result unless you use filter or a different approach. So if your lookup key isn't unique, decide what you actually need. Do you want the latest record, the highest price, or all matches? If you need the latest, you might sort the table and use XLOOKUP with a search mode that finds last to first. If you need all matches, use filter with the same cleaned key. Also, check for accidental duplicates caused by dirty keys. Two values can look the same but differ by a hidden space, creating separate entries. Cleaning keys often reveals that your duplicates were actually formatting problems. So treat uniqueness as part of the data model. Next step. Let's build a robust clean key formula you can reuse. The idea is to create a helper column that standardizes everything in one place. A common pattern is first replace non-breaking spaces with normal spaces, then trim, then clean, then force a consistent case with upper. If you need to remove hyphens, wrap a substitute around that too. After you create clean key in both tables, point your XLOOKUP or VLOOKUP to those columns. This does two things. It makes the lookup reliable, and it makes debugging easy because you can inspect the cleaned output directly. If you're on a newer Excel version, you can also use let to make the formula readable by naming intermediate steps like S1, S2, and so on. Even if you don't use let, the helper column approach is still the most practical for real workbooks. One more tip. Once it works, copy and paste values for the clean key if performance becomes an issue on large files. Next step. Now we'll apply that clean key to XLOOKUP because it's the most flexible lookup function. Use the cleaned lookup value, search the cleaned key column, and return from the original data column. If you want a friendly output instead of NAA, use the if not found argument, like not found. Keep match mode at exact match while troubleshooting. If your keys are numeric IDs stored as text, that's fine, as long as both sides are text. If you're dealing with leading zeros, make sure your clean key preserves them. And if you suspect duplicates, decide whether you want the first or last match using search mode. The big win with XLOOKUP is clarity. You don't have to count column numbers like VLOOKUP. But the same rule still applies. Clean, standardize, then lookup. If you're still getting NAA after cleaning, test one specific key with equals. That tells you whether the mismatch is still in the data or now in the formula range selection. Next step. If you're using VLOOKUP, the same cleaning approach works, but you must avoid two classic traps. First, the last argument should be false for exact match. Leaving it blank can cause approximate matching and wrong results. Second, VLOOKUP can only search to the right, so your key must be in the leftmost column of the table array. The clean way is to build a helper column for CleanKey as the first column in your lookup table. Then VLOOKUP can match on that CleanKey and return any column to the right. If you can't restructure the table, consider switching to XLOOKUP or index match. Also remember that VLOOKUP is sensitive to column insertions because it uses a column index number. If someone inserts a column, your return column shifts. That's not a data problem, but it looks like VLOOKUP not working. So for VLOOKUP, exact match, CleanKey on the left, and be cautious with column index numbers. Next step. There are cases where formulas are the wrong tool, especially with messy imports and repeated refreshes. That's where Power Query can be a better fix. In Power Query, you can set data types explicitly, trim and clean text, replace values like non-breaking spaces, and then merge queries using a clean key. The advantage is repeatability. Once the steps are defined, you refresh and the cleaning happens again automatically. This is ideal for monthly reports, exported ERP lists, or CRM downloads. Even if you stay in formulas, you can borrow the mindset. Define a transformation pipeline, not a one-off patch. The trade-off is that Power Query adds a layer of setup, and it's less immediate than typing a formula. But for large datasets, it's often faster and more stable. A good rule is, if you fix the same lookup problem more than twice, consider moving the cleaning into Power Query. Next step. Let's finish with a simple troubleshooting checklist you can run in under 2 minutes. First, force exact match and confirm the correct ranges. Second, test one failing key with IS text and IS number on both sides. Third, compare LAN and try trim to detect extra spaces. Fourth, handle leading zeros by converting IDs to text with a consistent pattern. Fifth, create a clean key helper and point your lookup to it. Finally, if duplicates exist, decide whether you want first, last, or all matches. This checklist works because it separates formula issues from data issues. Most people jump straight to rewriting the formula, but the real fix is usually standardizing the key. Once your keys are clean, lookups become boring, in the best way. If you want to make this bulletproof, document your key rules. For example, IDs are text, 6 characters, 0 padded. Then every sheet follows the same contract. Next step. Here's the bottom line. VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP usually aren't broken. They're strict. They match exact values and your data often isn't exact. If you remember one idea, make it this. Build a clean, consistent key and use it everywhere. That means consistent type, consistent padding for leading zeros, and consistent removal of hidden characters. Once you do that, you'll spend less time fighting hash and AA and more time trusting your results. If you'd like more Excel debugging videos like this, subscribe. And for a quick check-in, comment with your most common lookup problem. A, text versus number, or B, hidden spaces and dirty keys. That answer helps shape what to cover next, and it's also a good way to confirm which fix you should try first in your own file. I'm always testing new ways to work smarter. Subscribe to see what workflow I'm breaking down next.